Good evening, and welcome to this special edition of Dateline NBC. I'm your host, Danny Sherman. Tonight's episode was inspired by the recent episode of David Letterman featuring the top 10 misconceptions about evolution listed by the one and only Charles Darwin. We were all left wondering, why? Why are these misconceptions? Why don't people know the truth? How many of us don't know the truth? So we decided to do a little research, and this is what we found. According to a study done by Daniel Westcott and Deborah Cunningham at the University of Missouri, a fourth of students weren't taught evolution in schools. 74% believe evolution is not always a change for the better. 3/4 of students believe evolution cannot be proved. And half hold the misconception that evolution is the gradual change in the traits themselves. Now, before we continue into further information, let's take a moment to rewatch the episode of Letterman for those of you who missed it. Our first guest tonight was supposed to be the talented young singer Justin Bieber, but apparently he's stuck in his traffic. So instead, we found this random kid outside, George! Well, hello there, George. Lovely name you have.
Thanks.
Did your parents name you after the son of Charles Darwin?
Who?
Charles Darwin, greatest naturalist known to man. He established that natural selection and evolution exist.
Oh, like the survival of the fittest.
Yeah, what do you know about that?
Like turtles, they have shells because they want to be hard.
Hold on there, George. I think you may be mistaken about a few things there. Which brings me to my next guest. Here to present the top 10 misconceptions about evolution, my good friend, Charles Darwin. Alrighty, the category is top 10 misconceptions about evolution. Number 10. Evolution is a theory about the origin of life. Number 9. Organisms are always getting better. Number 8. Evolution means that life changed by chance. Number 7. Natural selection involved organisms trying to adapt. Number 6. Evolution supports might makes right. Number 5. Natural selection gives organisms what they need. Number 4. Evolution is just a theory. Number 3. Gaps in the fossil records disprove evolution. Number 2. The evolutionary theory is incomplete. And the number 1 misconception about evolution. Evolution is not science because it's not observable. That was great. Thank you for that. Charles Darwin, everybody. Give it up. George, thank you for being here. I hope you learned something. Good night, everybody. Oh, David Letterman. What a character. Let's pick a few of the most important misconceptions and review them. Natural selection involves organisms trying to adapt. Organisms don't try to adapt. They really have no idea or control over what's going on. Natural selection results from genetic variation caused by a random mutation. To put it in simpler terms, a freak accident occurred in the genes of an organism which caused them to change. Evolution supports might makes right. Might makes right is a belief that arose in the late 19th century based on Darwin's theory. People believed that the rules that applied to the animal kingdom should apply to the human world as well. So those who were lower class are weak and should fail and die off because they are, in Darwin terms, less fit to survive. Science was horribly misapplied in this case and has since been widely rejected. Evolution is not science because it is not observable. Although we cannot witness firsthand the change of our planet and those who lived on it, scientists are able to make observations and study certain aspects of evolution in a lab. Specifically looking at animals with short lifespans, like flies and bacteria, biologists can actually see the evolution occurring. Just because you can't see it every day doesn't mean it's not happening. Why do people still believe these misconceptions? Well, we found that many misconceptions are enforced by terms with different meanings in the real world versus the scientific world. For example, terms like fitness and theory mean one thing to us, but in the science world mean a completely different thing. Also, beliefs depend on things like age, sex, location, and other factors like that. The only thing we can do to make sure that these misconceptions aren't passed on is to instruct better. Teaching evolution correctly is the only way to stop these misconceptions and have people understand the truth about evolution. That's all the time we have for tonight. Remember to take a moment and appreciate the evolution around you. Thank you for joining us for the special edition of Dateline NBC. Good night.